Have you ever heard of reverse engineering in recruitment? Imagine spotting someone who just left a role, identifying the gap they left, and then reaching out to their former employee pitching the perfect candidate. And all this on Autopilot. Sounds like a game changer, right? Today I will show you exactly how to do this with Clay. This strategy helped agencies we work with land new clients by solving problems before they even realize they have one. If you're ready to learn how to set this up, watch closely. When a key employee leaves the position, their former employee usually scrambles to fill the gap. This is the perfect opportunity for you as a recruiter to step in and offer a solution. Here's how it works on a high level. You track people that recently started a new role, let's say in the last month. Then you identify their previous company and find the decision maker there. Once you've got their contact information, like for example their email address or LinkedIn profile, you can reach out with a tailored outreach message. This works because it's proactive, hyper-relevant, and solves a problem. Plus, with tools like Clay, you can set this up once and then leave this running automatically once a day, once a week, and generate fresh new leads. So here's an example of how the end result could look like. Hi Michael, saw Steven recently left your company to start his new role as a principal software engineer. I have the perfect talent who could replace his skills. Would you mind me sending over the CV? Best, Fabian. Alright, now let's dive in and let me show you how to set this up in Clay. It's easier than you think. First you will go into Clay and add a new Find People table. So this is the Clay table where I already built this scenario, and I will now guide you through this, how I set this up. First I started to import profiles with a people search in Clay. This is for free and I used the following filters as an example. Right, so I said the job title keywords should be, for the new role, should be principal software engineer. They should be in the United States, and the maximum number of months since start of date of current role should be 1. So right here we're filtering people that currently or recently started as a principal software engineer in the United States. I can later on run this source on a schedule, which will then result in this updating daily, weekly, however you would want to run this, right? So I can just say, okay, run this once a day and add up to 1,000 people. I mean, there probably won't be 1,000 principal software engineers in the United States. And the import and the data we then see for free in Clay is some basic LinkedIn data. So you will have their URL, their name, the domain of the company, the location, and their latest experience job title. What I'm now gonna do in Clay is I will enrich their LinkedIn profile to get more information about their work experiences. And the dataset we then get is way more sophisticated. So we see their full LinkedIn profile, like the courses they took, their summary, their LinkedIn headline, their education, where they went to school. And also very important, we see their experience as a list or array of all their experiences they have listed on LinkedIn. So we see their current role, as we filtered, is a principal software engineer at this company. And we also see start date was in December. So when we then open up their previous company, we see before they were a senior software engineer at a different company. But just to make sure, this is not a promotion, because when you add a new role or a new job title in your LinkedIn bio, it could also be like a promotion. So they got promoted from senior software engineer to principal software engineer, right? So how we're doing this is with a formula in Clay, and formulas are really clever because first of all, they are for free and you can write them with natural language, right? So right here, I'm describing the formula I want, and I will say something like return true if company is equal to company. So those are the company from the experience at list point 0 and list point 1, right? So their current employee and their former employee. We will see by prompting this AI, they will come up with a JavaScript code formula, which then does the filtering, right? So in this case, I can scroll down a bit. Here are some people that just got promoted. So because we don't want to write them the same sequence, we could write them a similar one, but probably the same doesn't make sense because you can't really reverse engineer their previous employee because they just got promoted. So I'm also showing from the enriched person profile, I'm also showing their previous company name, domain, and also their previous job title and when they ended their job, just to make sure and to have this in this table. The next step would then be to find decision makers at the company. And this you can do with the enrichment in Clay, which is called Find Contacts at Company. And I will show you how to set this up. This is just an example, but you could say the company identifier, of course, would be then the previous company URL, right? So we want to find decision makers at a previous employee. And then we can search and filter for whatever decision makers we are trying to find. In this example case, I just wanted to find job title with seniority levels of owner, partner, C-suite or VP. You can of course also include job title keywords or specific job titles, like you would only want to reach out for the head of engineering or director of engineering, director of IT or whatever. So this can be adjusted. And then in this case, I also said the decision maker should also be in the United States, and I only want one decision maker to return. So you see, for some there were like, of course, more people with this seniority level. But when we click into it, I have one person, for this example, Zachary, who is the CEO of his previous company. And by doing this, I of course get the URL of the LinkedIn profile of the decision maker, as well as their title and their name. And now the next step would be to find their work emails, right? So I will actually switch to a different view where I have filtered everyone where I found a work email. And you see right here, what you can do in Clay is a so-called waterfall, right? So you can combine multiple email finding providers, which try combinations of their company domain and their name to find a validated and working work email, which you can then reach out to, right? So you see right here, we now have the work email. And I also, just to showcase this, built the email body here in Clay, where I used the first name of the decision maker we are reaching out to and also the first name of the employee that left. So this is the example I showcased earlier in the video. Hi Michael, saw Steven recently left your company to start his new role as a principal software engineer. I have the perfect talent who could replace his skills. Would you mind me sending over the CV? And this text right here and this personalized message, you could then send and connect your email sequencer, like for example SmartLead, to then automatically send this at scale and also on autopilot each day, each week, however you want to run this. And of course, you can switch up the email copywriting and even include more AI personalization. Like you could summarize based on the job description or the job title, assume some skills they have, or analyze the profile of the employee that left, include some skills of them. So there's some ways to even enhance and personalize this email even further. But this is just a basic example which also works really well in reverse engineering and writing relevant messages to land new clients. Whether you're working solo or with a team, this system will help you keep your outreach relevant and consistent. Click the first link in the description to set up a Clay account and replicate this process. You will also get 3,000 extra credits with our link. And if you want our help setting up systems like these and scaling your recruitment agency with AI and automation, book a free call with us. And if you want to learn how to use Clay and Lemlist to generate more dream candidates for your talent pool, watch this video.